kami.
Hello everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Atish, are you there? Atish, are you there? Oh, he left.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, please turn on your video and wish your Atish sir a very happy birthday. Come on, everyone.
Happy birthday, sir.
Everyone, wish happy birthday,
birthday,
to you. Happy birthday
birthday,
to
sir.
you. Come on, sing with me. Happy birthday to dear Atish. Happy birthday to you. Then afterwards, what's that? May God bless you. अरे तुम लोग नहीं गा रहे हो? May God bless you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. आतिश, अभी पार्टी कहाँ मिलेगा हमें? Am I
न्यू एसओपी आएगा तब।
SOP अभी अच्छा अच्छा, okay, all right. Okay, so अभी happy birthday हो गया, so अभी हम लोग start करेंगे our chapter, that is genetics. Actually, not genetics. The name of the chapter is principle of inheritance and variation. Okay, so the name of the chapter is principle of inheritance and variation. That will be your chapter number what? Chapter number 5, right?
Yes, ma'am. 5.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. So, do you have any idea about genetics? Do you have any idea about genetics? Anyone? Yes, Arpan, you'd like to say something?
A little bit maybe.
Huh?
थोड़ा कुछ हो सकता है जानकारी, पता नहीं.
नहीं, बोलो, थोड़ा कुछ भी चलेगा, बोलो. बोलो, प्लीज से. क्या हुआ?
Ma'am, genetics is a branch of biology concerned with study of genes and genetic variation.
Yes, very good. It's related to the genes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And also you see the name of the chapter. Whenever I start any lesson, I always go for the name of the chapter. After that, I proceed. So the name of the chapter is Principle of Inheritance and Variation. Okay. So what is the meaning of inheritance? Inheritance, which is something related to inheritance, means something is coming from generation after generation. It has been inherited, okay, from your parents, and to your parents from your grandparents. Okay, so it has been inherited. So whenever we talk about inheritance, definitely there is a lot of things related to the genes, and after that, variation. So I have already told you, I think as you're studying evolution chapter simultaneously, you also know that whenever there is a sexual reproduction, whenever there is a mutations and all these things, then it always leads to the variation. So in this chapter we will study what is the principle of inheritance, what are the principles of inheritance. It means that how the genes are, on what basis the genes are inherited, on what basis the characters are expressed. Okay, all these information we will get into this chapter. Honestly, if I say, this chapter is very, very, very important from any entrance kind of any entrance examination. It's a very, very important chapter, and throughout the chapter, all the information that you will find, all are new, okay, except the name gene. बाकी जितना भी मैं बोलूंगी इस चैप्टर में, most of like 90% of things are new for you. That's why I always ask, okay, I always told I told you that to at least attend this genetics class, okay, this chapter, because once it is gone, it's gone, so it will cannot be able to understand. So let's start with the chapter. Okay, let's start with the chapter. So just a moment, let me turn my camera. Is the page visible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will start from एकदम beginning से start करेंगे, ठीक है? एकदम beginning से start करेंगे. So you see, by the year of 1890, if I just a moment, if I tell you the discovery, and if I say that I'll start from beginning, by the year 1890s का जब जमाना था, then there was invention of better microscope. Okay, there were invention of better microscope. So the better microscope, it allowed the biologist to discover the basic facts of cell division. So with the help of microscope during 1890s, the biologists can be able to know various information regarding cell division as well as the sexual reproduction. Okay, but the focus of this genetic research, okay, it shifted the understanding, to the understanding that what really happens in the transmission of hereditary traits from the parents to the children. I mean to say, when from the parents to the children, when the hereditary information is, it's transmitted. So the genetic research based on how it is transmitted, how it is happening, कैसे हो रहा है ये, और हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है मतलब. So these are certain concerns which came into existence, but no one can did it. Various hypotheses, a number of hypotheses has been given. Hypothesis means which is not proved, okay, which is not proved. For example, I have a hypothesis that today is Tuhin's birthday, but I am not correct, may not be correct, may be correct. So this is a hypothesis, okay. So it may be true, it may be wrong. So a number of hypotheses has been suggested to explain this basics of heredity, okay. But Johann Gregor Mendel, okay, was the one who first did it, okay, okay, and who proved it, okay. So if I talk about Mendel, okay, so Mendel was a monk, he was a priest. His name is your Johann Gregor Mendel, but the title Gregor is because he was a priest, okay. He was when he enters into missionaries and he enters into his monastic life, then only this Gregor title came, okay. So he did a lot of experiment when he was working as a priest, okay, in his garden, and he find out a lot of ideas regarding genetics, okay. Although there are various modifications also done in case of the genetics, but his ideas is always till now it is accepted. And whatever ideas he get, it was published in the year of 1866 in a journal, okay, in a journal, and it was unrecognized. It was unrecognized till 1900. And although in 1866, every information, because in science, whatever you have discovered, you have to write it down and you have to publish in the journal. So till now also, if you are gonna do PhD, or in your family members also, some of your father or mother or your sister, brother may have PhD or pursuing PhD. So ask them that always the writing of the journal is very much important. So whenever there is a discovery kind of a thing, Gregor Mendel, he didn't think about, pursuing PhD, but nowadays people are becoming very selfish. Only for the sake of PhD, they are writing journals, okay. So उपाय भी नहीं है, क्या करे. तो जो तब के जमाना था, मैंडल का जमाना था, तब उन लोगों ने, तब में भी, okay, तब भी it was really necessary to write the journals, okay. So Mendel, he also wrote in the year of 1866, okay, he published according to whatever findings he has found out from his experiment, but it was unrecognized, okay, it was unrecognized in the till 1900. And till 1900 he was dead already, so which was long after his death. Therefore in 1900 only it was, it was recognized. So therefore it was because Mendel death dies in the year of 1884. He died at the age of 61, very early. So after that only, in the year of 1900 only, his findings were accepted. And now तो मैं मतलब क्या बोलूं, सिर्फ मेंडल ही मेंडल है, इसलिए जेनेटिक्स का फादर कौन है? मेंडल, okay, father of genetics. Will you forget this name from now? Will you forget?
No, ma'am.
Never. Father of genetics and father of modern genetics, both Mendel. Okay, always remember Mendel. उसका पूरा नाम मैं यहाँ लिख देती हूँ, Gregor Johann Mendel, who was known as the father of genetics. Okay, and sometimes some silly questions may ask that regarding some simple questions like asked that Mendel was from where? Mendel was from Austria, because Mendel's contribution in biology is very much. So Mendel was originally from Austria. Okay, done? Once done, tell me. When done, tell me. हो गया?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone done? Everyone, Nandini, Nisha?
Yes, ma'am.
Nisha done?
Ma'am, why did you write Austria?
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am,
I
Austria.
right.
Yeah.
Oh God, he was from Austria.
Okay, okay.
यही समझ रहे हो? हाँ? यही समझ रहे हो? क्या कर रहे थे? Okay. Next you see, Mendel ने जितना experiment किया था, all the experiment or the genetic experiment of the Mendel, okay? Mendel का जितना भी experiment है, उसने pea plant में किया था. pea plant, जिसका नाम है Pisum sativa. जो हम लोग पीस खाते हैं ना, पीस, तो उस पीस में क्या था, ओके, जिसका नाम है Pisum sativa. ठीक है, अभी मैंडल ने पी प्लांट क्यों सिलेक्ट किया था? व्हाई मैंडल सिलेक्टेड पी प्लांट फॉर हिज एक्सपेरिमेंट? You write down certain points. You write down points. Why Mendel choose the pea plant? Why Mendel choose pea plant for his work? Why Mendel choose pea plant for his work? Number one, they were easy to cultivate. They were easy to cultivate. Okay. Number two, require minimum space and time. Require minimum space and time. Require minimum space and time. Done. Third, they have a short lifespan. They have short lifespan. They have short lifespan. After that, you write down the flowers are, write down, not where, flowers are self-pollinating, self-pollinating. Okay, then all plants produce a large number of seeds. All plants produce a large number of seeds. Next, the plants possess what happened? plants possess a number of contrasting character.
मैम रिपीट कीजिए
Huh?
रिपीट करिए
কোন খিনি?
लास्ट पॉइंट मैम
Plant possess a number of contrasting character. Contrasting character কি হয় মই দেখুৱাই আছো হা আচ্ছা what is the meaning of contrasting character? Contrasting মানে alternate. If one is tall, one is dark. One is short, one is long, one is yellow, one is blue. So this is known as contrasting. Means alternative. Okay, alternative character or alternative traits is known as the contrasting character. Okay. All right. So these are the regions for which मतलब जो है मेंडल ने चूज किया था पी प्लांट को एज हिज एक्सपेरिमेंटल थिंग ठीक है एक्सपेरिमेंटल ऑर्गेनिज्म इज देयर एनीथिंग टू आस्क टिल नाउ इज देयर
ma'am.
एनीथिंग okay it's very easy now let me share my screen to show you the contrasting character you please check your you check your this one also okay can you see this you see seed shape so Mendel selected how many character you count character kitna hai 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 pairs of contrasting character you never write 7 contrasting character these are in pairs right seed shape round wrinkles so it is in pair right so 7 pairs of contrasting character ये जो है dominant और recessive ये हमेशा याद रखना because फिर कोई नहीं बोलेगा कि tall is a dominant dwarf is a recessive ऐसे कोई नहीं बोलेगा ठीक है अभी dominant क्या है recessive क्या है मैं फिर से मैं बता दूंगी don't worry about it just to see the contrasting character or see the pictures only you just see the picture seed color seed shape round okay and one is wrinkled you just remember the term dominant and recessive what is it we will discuss dominant and recessive dominant you know जो dominate करता है recessive मतलब जो जो dominated होते हैं seed color देखो yellow color is the dominant character recessive is green color flower color is violet is dominant white is recessive okay you have to remember because there may questions from this kind of cross then pot shape dominant is full recessive is constricted pot color green is the dominant yellow is the recessive don't be confused between seed color and pot color in seed color yellow is dominant green is recessive in pot color green is dominant yellow is recessive flower position axial is the dominant terminal is the recessive okay stem height tall is dominant dwarf जो छोटे जैसे है वो क्या है recessive traits so please see it I think it's already there in your book I think it's already there in your book done can we move please go through once go through it once done tell me
Ma'am, do we have to write it?
no you no need to write because in your book, it's already there, na?
Yes, ma'am.
If not, please check it out. If not, then you just write seed shaped, dominant is round, recessive is wrinkle. Okay, recessive you simply write R, for dominant you simply write D, capital D. So you can simply write if you want. And if you're done, once done, tell me please. Everyone done? No.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is anyone left?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Can you see the page now? Okay. You see, rediscovery. We have already studied that Mandel's publication in the year of 1866. But he was died in the year of 1884. In 1900, the Mandel got his recognition. Why Mandel got his recognition? Because the Mandel's work, whatever he has done, was again experiment has been carried out on the result which he has published on the journal, and the experiment has been carried out on the Mandel work, whether to prove whether it is correct or not. So the three scientists, you have to remember the name of the three scientists: Hugo de Vries, who discovered mutation also, Karl Correns, and von Tissermark. So these are the three scientists who rediscovered the Mandel work, okay, in the year of 1900. So this question comes generally that who rediscovered Mandel works? These three scientists: Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns, and von Tissermark. So these are the three scientists who rediscovered the Mandel's work, or the experiment. They have conducted experiment on the results what Mandel has found out, and they again published. Okay. Okay. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we will अभी आज का दिन शायद हम लोग का टर्मिनोलॉजी पढ़ने में जाएगा शायद. So बहुत सारी terminologies है that you need to remember. First terminology you write down hybrid. Okay. यहाँ पे hybrid का meaning क्या है लिखो. It is an offspring. First of all, do you know what is offspring? You don't know ना? Offspring मतलब जो बच्चे होते हैं उसको offsprings बोलते हैं. मतलब you are the offsprings of your parents. Okay. So बच्चे को ही offsprings बोलते हैं. So write down in hybrid. Hybrid, just give a column and write down. Is an offspring of cross. Hybrid is an offspring of a cross between two parents with different characters. With different character. Okay. Next, you write down. Suppose, okay, let me explain it. Hybrid means it is the offsprings of a cross between two parents. Okay, two parents with the different character. Suppose this is one, and suppose this is one, or this is one. So this shows the tall plant, and suppose this show the dwarf plant, or this show the tall plant and this show the yellow colored seeds. So they cross. Whatever we will get, okay, that will be your what? Hybrid. Okay. Next, you write down monohybrid. Monohybrid. In monohybrid, you write down a hybrid with reference to one pair of contrasting character. One pair of contrasting character is known as monohybrid. Next, you write down monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross. There you write down a cross involving a single pair of contrasting character. A single pair of contrasting character. A cross involving a single pair of contrasting character is called monohybrid cross. And the inheritance is called monohybrid inheritance. Monohybrid inheritance. Done? Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You see what I mean? See, out of the 7 pair of contrasting character, we will choose one character, that is stem height. The last one, you check. I think you have already written stem height. One is written tall and one is written dwarf. Okay. So each character that is tall and dwarf, this is only one character, stem height. Okay. Tall and either ये tall भी हो सकते हैं और short भी हो सकते हैं. तो इसके बीच में अगर हम लोग क्रॉस करते हैं, if we took a tall plant and if we took a dwarf plant, okay, then we will get the we were doing only the monohybrid cross because we have taken, just a moment, because we have taken only one character. We have considered only one character, that is stem height. ठीक है? तो but अगर हम लोग two characters लेते हैं, suppose stem height and suppose flower position, हम लोग ने दो कैरेक्टर लिया, तो stem height क्या हो सकता है? tall and flower position axial is crossed with recessive क्या है? dwarf is the recessive for the stem height and flower position के लिए क्या dwarf है? axial terminal. So in this cross we have taken two character. So this will be a dihybrid cross. This is monohybrid because we have taken only single character. ठीक है? Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any doubt? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If at any point you have doubt, please tell me, because this chapter, if you left with any doubt, then फिर बाद में बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता है. उसके बाद लिखो homozygous. Homozygous condition. Homozygous. Homozygous. Okay. Before you write down homozygous, do you know what is alleles? Do you know what is alleles? Anyone? Have you heard about alleles?
Yes, ma'am.
What? Huh? Huh?
Like the characters.
Alleles are what?
Like the characters represented by T or T, small t.
I'm asking what is alleles?
In traits.
The trait.
An alternative form of genes.
Okay, who said alternative form of gene?
Ma'am, me, Arpan.
Arpan. Okay. Alternative forms of gene. Okay, your answer is half correct, 50% correct. और किसी को? Anything? Okay. ये concept बहुत लोगों का ना एकदम बहुत लाइक बहुत दिनों तक, बहुत एज तक एलीज का कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर नहीं होता है. व्हाट इज एलीज? ऑल्टरनेटिव फॉर्म्स ऑफ जीन्स प्रेजेंट इन same position of homologous chromosome. ठीक है? Write down the definition, then we will discuss. Sorry. Alternative forms of gene present in the same position, जिसको बोलते हैं locus of homologous chromosome is known as alleles. Once done, you tell me.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. You see, this is one chromosome. Okay. This is one chromosome. In the chromosome, the genes are present. Okay. Suppose This is a location of one gene. This is a location of one gene. This is a location of one gene. Okay. So these are the locations. Each location is known as loci. Sorry, locus. And together this is known as loci. Okay. Now, suppose here a gene, just a moment. This way, a pair of gene is present, and in this way, another. So these are two alternate. One is going up, one is going down. Okay, I'm just giving you example for your understanding. So these are alternate. So alternative forms of gene present in the same position of the homologous chromosome. Okay, and it codes for contrasting characters also, or it suppose this is the gene. Okay, so this alleles, whatever alleles is there, it codes for a particular character. For a particular character it is responsible. So this is known as the alleles. Okay, so one gene will have what? Two alleles. It's not like that alleles are not genes. Alleles are also genes. Okay, we cannot say that alleles are not genes. Alleles are also genes, because alleles are a part of genes, because the two alleles, these are the alternative form of genes only. Alleles are nothing but these are alternative forms of genes which is present in the same locus. So suppose we write down here capital T, and here it will be small t. So this is also alleles. Okay, because they codes for what? One character, particular character. Now you tell me, suppose this is 1 and this is 1. Is it an allele? Is this allele?
No, ma'am.
Why no?
Different position.
Yes, because they are present in different locations. Okay, although they codes for maybe for a particular protein, maybe ये हो सकता है, but always remember, as they are present in the different locations, okay, so they are not alleles. Okay, therefore these are known as non-allelic. So what is homozygous? What is homozygous that you have just written? Homozygous. Homozygous means जब genotype of the same alleles are present. Capital T, capital T. This is homozygous, same. Okay. What is heterozygous? Hetero means different, capital T, small t. That is heterozygous. Okay. You write down homozygous, I'll give you the definition. Having genotype with two of the same allele. Again, you see, I have said that genotype. You again don't know what is genotype. So this chapter is all about terminology. Anyways, write down, we will study genotype right after that. Having genotype with two of the same allele, with two of the same alleles, or allele, what you can say, two of the same allele for a trait. What is the meaning of trait? Trait means character. Okay, so what is homozygous? Having a genotype with two of the same alleles for a trait. Done? Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Next, you write down heterozygous. क्या होगा? Genotypes with different alleles. Different genotype होगा ये. having a genotype with two of the different alleles for a trait. Next you write down phenotype. Phenotype. Phenotype was write down. This term was coined by Johansen, who also gave the name of gene. Johansen, the term was coined by Johansen. Full stop. हो गया? It means physical or observable character. Physical or observable character of an organism. Physical or observable character of an organism. Full stop. Then you write down. It described external expression of a particular character. External expression of a particular character. Done? Simran, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Aditi,
Yes, ma'am.
okay. Next you write down genotype. Genotype. In genotype, you write down, this term was also coined by Johansen. Okay, phenotype and genotype. ये question पूछ सकते हैं कभी MCQ में. There you write down, this term is used for describing actual genetic composition or genetic makeup full stop. Then you write down a note, N-O-T, you write down notes. Phenotype of two plants may be similar, but their genotype may be different. Phenotypes of two plants may be similar, but their genotype may be different. You see here. Okay, suppose this plant is also tall. So if you see from outside, okay, externally, both are tall, but genotypes are different. One is capital T, one is capital T, small t. All right?
Sir.
Okay. Next, you write down dominant. In dominant, you write down an allele producing the same phenotypic effect, whether inherited heterozygously.
Ma'am, can you repeat?
Wait, just a moment. Okay. What I say? Just an allele producing the same phenotypic effect, whether inherited heterozygously or homozygously. Heterozygously or homozygously, comma, an allele that mask the recessive allele. MASK, mask a recessive allele. In recessive, you write down recessive, okay, write down an allele producing no phenotypic effect, no phenotypic effect when inherited heterozygously and shows phenotype only when inherited homozygously, and shows phenotype only when inherited homozygously. You see here, capital T is a dominant one, small t is a recessive one. Okay, as it is dominant, so if it is present in this condition or it present in this condition, it will show its effect. Suppose capital T means for tall and small t mean for dwarf. So this is a dominant character, this is a recessive character. So what you have written, that dominant one is the one that expresses its phenotype, whether it is present in homozygous condition, means same, or it is present in heterozygous condition, they will show its effect, that is tall. And it is going to mask this recessive one. Okay. What is in case of the recessive allele? What happened in case of the recessive allele? That if the recessive allele present in heterozygous condition like this, so देखो ये जो T है, capital T है, ये तो dominant है, so it dominate this small t, and as a result of which they become tall, or it cannot be expressed. But if it is present in homozygous, then only it show its phenotypic effect. So जो dominant है और है, that is shows its effect whether it is present in homozygous or heterozygous condition, doesn't matter. But in case of the recessive alleles, they will show its phenotypic effect only when they are present in homozygous condition, not in heterozygous. When capital T is present and there is a small t, so it is going to mask the effect, mask the activity of the recessive alleles. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what we discussed today, we have discussed regarding, just a moment. Do you understand what we have discussed? We have discussed today about the basics of genetics, that is about Mendel, and regarding what Mendel did, okay, in his experiment, and about quite knowledge about his history. Then we have also studied about why Mendel selected pea plant, okay, that is Pisum sativum, for his experiment. What are the reasons of his selection? We also gone through the contrasting character. What were the 7 pairs of contrasting character? We also discuss. Okay. After it, we discuss certain terminologies which is related to that. You please go through all the terminology which I have mentioned. In the next class, we will start the chapter in a continuous manner, because if I start today, you cannot be able to understand again. So you please go through the terminology which I have given to you. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything to ask? Anything to ask? Any queries? Any queries?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience and cooperation. We will again meet on our next Sunday. All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.